Most people believe royal guards are trained to never react, never move, never show emotion. They are seen as symbols of discipline and tradition, standing perfectly still no matter what happens around them. But one quiet afternoon in London, something happened that challenged everything people thought they knew. What unfolded in front of a small crowd would prove that even the strongest rules can bend when kindness calls. It began as an ordinary day near the palace gates, with tourists snapping photos and locals passing by without a second glance. No one imagined that a moment of human vulnerability would soon turn this familiar scene into one that left many with tears in their eyes. Before the story continues, take a moment to support the channel. Please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments.
Your support helps Empire News bring more real, emotional stories of humanity and hope to life. The stranger arrived quietly. He was a middle-aged man, worn down by life, his coat thin for the chilly London air. His steps were slow and uneven, and it was clear he hadn't eaten properly in days. He stood near the gates, not asking for attention, not begging, simply resting his weight against the railing as if the strength had drained from him. People noticed him, but kept their distance. Some looked away, unsure. Others assumed someone else would help. The royal guards stood nearby, tall and unmoving, their faces calm and unreadable beneath their uniforms. Suddenly, the man staggered. His knees buckled, and he sank to the ground, struggling to stay upright. A soft murmur spread through the crowd. Someone gasped. A woman covered her mouth. For a moment, no one knew what to do. Then something unexpected happened. One of the royal guards shifted his stance. At first, people thought it was their imagination. Guards don't move, they don't react. But this guard stepped forward with purpose, his polished boots striking the stone path. His expression remained serious, but his eyes were focused on the man in distress. A second guard followed. The crowd fell silent as both guards approached the stranger. Protocol said they should remain at their posts. Tradition demanded stillness, yet compassion demanded action. One guard knelt beside the man, lowering himself to eye level. He spoke softly, his voice calm and reassuring. The other guard positioned himself to shield the scene from the growing crowd, offering the man dignity in his weakest moment. The stranger's hands trembled as he tried to speak. He whispered that he felt dizzy, that he hadn't eaten since the day before.
His pride clearly hurt more than his body. The guard listened without judgment, nodding slowly as if to say, "You're not alone." Within moments, assistance was called. While waiting, the guard did something no one expected. He offered the man water from a nearby source and helped him sit more comfortably. It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't loud, but it was deeply human. Tears welled in the eyes of those watching. Some tourists stopped filming and lowered their phones. A few locals quietly wiped their faces. This wasn't the image of a guard people were used to seeing on postcards. This was something far more powerful. When help arrived, the guards didn't rush away. They stayed until they knew the man was safe.
As he was helped to his feet, he looked back at the guards, his voice shaking as he said, "Thank you for seeing me." The guards gave a respectful nod and returned to their posts, faces once again composed, bodies still. To the casual passerby, nothing seemed different, but everyone who witnessed that moment knew they had seen something rare. Later, people would talk about it online. Headlines would mention "protocol broken," but those who were there understood the truth. Nothing important was broken that day. Something beautiful was revealed. Behind the uniform, behind the rules and routines, there was a heart willing to act when it mattered most. This moment reminded everyone watching that kindness doesn't always come from those who are expected to give it. Sometimes it comes from those bound by duty, who still choose compassion when it counts.
And perhaps that's the lesson we all need to remember. No matter who we are or what role we play, we always have the power to help someone in need. A small act of kindness can restore dignity, hope, and faith in humanity. May this story inspire you to look twice, care deeper, and never underestimate the impact of choosing kindness, because one simple act can change someone's world forever.